if you get to a family, if one person succeeds and raises up in a family, is shining in a family, before you know it, every other person within that family will forget about what they're doing. They will start leeching, parasiting on that one shining light until everybody will drag him. When they drag him down to their level and they start telling him, look at stupid man, he had money, he didn't know his money misroad, he didn't use it well, but they didn't know how they contributed in bringing him down. And that's a big problem we have. Instead of when somebody rises up, what we should do is to think about how that person can lift another person to the level, so that the other person that's lifted can also lift another person. So when you are able to lift more people who can meet needs higher than demands, then that family will start becoming wealthy. But when you have a situation whereby demands outpace the supply of help within that family will not be able to escape poverty. And this is the way it is in a family is the way it is in a society. When you have a society like in Nigeria now, whereby you have a large number of people who are so poor that they don't know where their next meal is going to come from, you cannot build a sustainable society that way. That's why we have one of the highest rate of multidimensional poverty in the world. And when I talk about multidimensional poverty,
break it down, because people don't understand what
people don't understand.
Is.
When you talk about multidimensional poverty, people don't understand. Let me use a layman's way.
Yes.
In a layman's way, multidimensional poverty is that if you have maybe let's say my uncle in the village calls me now and said that his daughter or his son is very sick, that they need money to take the son to the hospital, and I say, how much do you need? He said 20,000 naira will be okay, and I said 25,000 naira. By the time the money gets there, the family has not eaten for the past 2 days. There is no way they're going to use that money to go to the hospital when they have not eaten.
They have not eaten.
You get it? Maybe the family is having a situation whereby they've not NEPA cut their light, and they've not had light for the past 2 days. And somebody in NEPA say, if you're able to bring, say, something, just pay something. From that 25,000, they will bring out, say, 5,000 to pay something to NEPA. From that 25,000, they will bring out, say, 15,000 to at least buy food. It is somebody who is alive that will die.
Exactly.
Is it not? So the person who is sick will be alive before she will die.
Yes.
But for her to be alive, she will have to eat. So multidimensional poverty is a situation whereby there are poverty at different levels facing the same person. He can't pay school fees, he can't pay hospital bills, he can't pay NEPA bills, he can't even pay transportation to work, and the most important, he cannot feed. So this person is multidimensional poor. He is poor at every level. He is health poor, he is energy poor, he is educationally poor, he is nutritionally poor, because he's measured in calories these days. How much calorie can his family live on? And they can't even think about issue of protein. They're poor at all these levels. So when money comes in, you say for school fees, nobody will think about school fees when there is no food in the house. Nobody will think about school fees when there is somebody dying that needs some drugs. So this family is multidimensional poor. So when you want to solve their problem, you start looking at their problem from the most basic. That's how you start solving your problem. But because government policies don't understand some of these things, they use a top-down approach instead of down-up approach. And that's why they will just go to a community and they'll just sink borehole. But nobody is asking whether borehole is what this community need at this particular time. Maybe this is a community that trek 30 kilometers to see the dispensary where they can buy Panadol. Then you're spending billions of naira giving them street light. And you come and say, because your House of Representatives, somebody, you have done street light, everybody will clap for you for giving the street light. You don't ask yourself that these people you are giving street light, where is the closest health center? Where is the closest school? Do they have access to go to their farm, harvest things, and bring it out to be able to sell? That is the way they tackle poverty. But you're giving them street light without even bringing them. That's why when we talk about, consultation, inclusivity, there should be inclusivity in policy formulation. You should be able to understand what are the immediate needs of the people before you start solving their problems. Like Igbo people say that somebody who wasn't there when the corpse was buried will start excavating it from the legs.